Welcome back, duelists, to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Draft Series Fusion. After a long, arduous battle, we have in our finals Justin versus Manny. Let's have a look at what our contestants have built throughout their drafting journey. We're going to see Justin start things off with the Fusion Recycle Plant as a field spell. Once per turn, you can discard one card, add one polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And we're also going to see Justin summon the Card Trooper, activating his effect to send 3 cards from the top of the deck to gain 500 attack for each card sent. And we're going to see Dragon Revival Rhapsody, Dark Magician of Chaos, and Ghost Fusion straight to the graveyard. Justin's going to set one more in the back row and pass things off to Manny. And Manny's going to start off with a powerful Condemned Witch in attack mode, letting him search for the Forbidden Lands on summon. Manny's going to set one more in the back row and pass things back to Justin. Justin's going to activate the Card Trooper one more time. And quickly, he's going to activate the Condemned Witch to tribute herself and special summon one level 4 monster from the deck. And we're going to see him go for the Starry Night Orbital. We're going to see Card Trooper resolve here, sending the Shiny Black Sea Squatter, Starry Night Seal, and the Snatch Steel into the graveyard. Next up, he's going to activate Starry Night Orbital's effect to tribute itself to set one Starry Night spell or trap. And he's going to be setting the trusty Starry Night Balefire. Seems like we've definitely got ourselves a game here. Next up, we're going to see Justin activate Thunder Dragon Fusion, which is going to let him fusion summon one monster from the extra deck by shuffling the fusion materials listed on it into the deck from the among cards on the field, in your graveyard, and or face up banished cards. And he's going to use the Shiny Black Sea Squatter and the Starry Night Seal, both in the grave, to summon out Blaze Phoenix, the Burning Bombardment Bird. In signature style, he's going to attack with the Card Trooper and attack directly with the Blaze Phoenix. We're going to see Justin pass over to Manny, and we're going to see him activate, yes, the Starry Night Balefire to add one Starry Night monster or one level 7 monster from the deck to the hand. Then, if you control no monsters and your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon one level 7 monster from the hand. And if you've been following this tournament, you know exactly what kind of danger is coming. Starry Night, Starry Dragon, onto the field. And on summon, Starry Night is going to target a card on the field and destroy it. And we're going to see him go after the Blaze Phoenix, destroying it, sending it straight to the graveyard. Next up, we're going to see him activate YuGiOh Serpent Strike, a continuous spell that lets him send one monster from the hand or field to the graveyard, then targets a monster in the graveyard with a different original attribute than that monster and special summons it. A vicious little spell here. He's going to go ahead and activate it to send his Puppet Pawn from the hand to summon the Condemned Witch in defense mode. That 2k booty is back, baby. And now we're going to see him summon Shadow Hound into attack mode. And next up, we're going to go ahead and activate Doodle Beast Tyranno's effect, which reads, you can tribute summon this card by tributing one monster. During the main phase, if a monster is on the field, you can, quick effect, immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon this card from the hand. And on the summon of Doodle Beast Tyranno, he's going to activate his effect to destroy one monster on the field. And he's going to go after the Card Trooper, straight to the graveyard. And it's actually going to trigger YuGiOh Serpent Strike's second effect. During the main phase, if a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard, you can send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. Wow, now that is definitely one way to be vicious when it comes to your spells, utilizing every aspect of your cards. Very nice. And he's going to send Nail Shuttle Ariel to target 3 cards in Justin's graveyard and banish them. And he's going after the Blaze Phoenix, the Thunder Dragon Fusion, and the Card Trooper. And I don't think you guys understand, but that Thunder Dragon Fusion is such a huge follow-up. This just solidified Manny's stance in the game right here. We're gonna pass over to Justin. He's gonna start things off by activating Brain Control. By paying 800 life points, he's gonna target one face of monster his opponent controls, take control of that target until the end phase. And he's going after the Starry Dragon. No, Manny activates Forbidden Lands, making it immune to spell and traps at the cost of 800 attack points. But next up, he's going to chain the Condemned Witch by tributing itself, and he summons Lamia, a venomous monster here, who, on special summon, is going to let him add a level 8 monster. And we're going to be adding the Cataclysmic Cryonic Koldo to the hand. And Justin hands it off to Manny, giving him the first game in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Draft Series finale, done in a masterful way, keeping the tempo steady, but also gaining advantage at each interaction of his cards. We're gonna move it on to the next game. We're gonna see Manny start things off with Cyanide Mining. By sending one card from the hand to the graveyard, he's gonna get to add one level 4 lower monster from the deck to the hand. And we're gonna see he's gonna be going after that creepy magical scientist. But first, the Condemned Witch, summoned onto the field in attack mode. We're gonna put 2 more in the back row and pass it over to Justin. And to start things, Justin is gonna activate Terraforming to add 1 field spell from the deck to the hand. But quickly, Manny's gonna activate the Condemned Witch's effect to tribute herself and special summon a level 4 monster from the deck. We're going after the venomous Lamia, who's gonna search us for a level 8 monster to add to the hand. You know who's coming? The Cataclysm, Koldo himself. We're gonna resolve this terraforming, go ahead and add and activate the Fusion Recycling Plant. And it does look like Justin is having to think here. Looks like he might not have much, and he only has 1 monster to set onto the field. We pass it back to Manny. This might be a dangerous position to be in. We see Lamia going to attack, and we see the summon of Predaplant Spinodionea, the worst card for Justin to see, because after damage calculation, if this card battles a monster with an equal or lower level, he gets to special summon 1 Predaplant monster from the deck, attacking defense position monster, which is Greed Jar, which is a flip effect monster. Apply these effects in sequence. 1. Excavate any number of cards from the top of your deck up to the number of cards your opponent controls, and if you do, add 1 of them to your hand. Also, send the remaining to the graveyard. 2. Send monsters from your extra deck to the graveyard up to the number of monsters your opponent controls that were special summoned from the extra deck, which is none. But it does look like we're gonna excavate a few cards here. Gold Sarcophagus, Dragon Revival Rhapsody, Dark Magician of Chaos, and Symbol Archfiends, and add 1 to the hand. We're gonna go for the Dark Magician of Chaos. This is just in planning here, but we are gonna see the Predaplant Spinodionea trigger off to summon from the deck to the field the 1 Darling Cobra, which on summon is going to let him add 1 polymerization spell card or 1 fusion spell card from the deck to the hand. And we're going to see him pick up the all-powerful Shadow Fusion, one of the most signature fusion spells and the first of its kind, really. We're going to see Manny continue his attack with the Darling Cobra and the Lamia attacking directly. We see the turn pass back to Justin, and he's definitely on the defensive at this moment because he's facing some very hard follow-up here. But the duel continues with Polymerization, letting him fusion summon 1 monster from the extra deck using monsters from the hand or field as fusion material. Dark Magician of Chaos, Lunalight Black Sheep, fuse into the Blaze Phoenix in all its glory. In attack mode. Next up, he's going to activate Fusion Recovery, letting him target 1 polymerization and 1 monster in the graveyard that was used as material for a fusion summon, letting him add back the polymerization and the Lunalight Black Sheep into the hand. And next up, we're going to see Grid Rod being equipped to the Blaze Phoenix, letting him gain 300 attack. It is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. Also, the first time it would be destroyed by battle, each turn it is not destroyed. making his Blaze Phoenix all that much more glorious as a whole towers all by itself. That is one scary monster, but Manny does activate the Forbidden Lands in response to try and make the Blaze Phoenix unaffected by the equip spell. Even though we do believe that it should still stay attached to the Blaze Phoenix, it is something that we end up correcting in the near future, I believe. We do see Justin going into battle phase, attacking the Darling Cobra, and on destruction, we're going to see Manny summon Cataclysmic Cryonic Coldo. If a face-up monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can place one spell trap card from the field on top of the deck. It looks like he might have missed an opportunity here to put that recycling plant, and it does look like Justin has to pass here, ending his turn, but at least activating the fusion recycle plant to target a monster in the graveyard that was used as material for a fusion summon this turn and add it to the hand. And it looks like he's adding back the Dark Magician of Chaos. And so we are going to see the correction of the equip spell, just considering that Lance would make it so that it would be unaffected for that turn, but it would still stay equipped. And next up, we're going to see the scariest part that was lurking in the hand, the Shadow Fusion in full effect, fusion summoning one Shadow Fusion monster from the extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. Now, if your opponent controls a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, you can also use monsters from the deck as fusion material. And we're going straight for the Shadow Beast and Nail Shadow Ariel, fusing into the one, the only El Shadow App Clone. And I think we're about to see one insane combo here. Not only is he going to get one draw from Shadow Beast, but he's going to target 3 cards in Justin's graveyard to banish. And let's not forget, El Shadow App Clone is going to target a card on the field and negate it permanently. And he's going after the source of the problem, Grid Rod. But in demanding fashion, Manny activates Soul Taker to target a face-up monster his opponent controls, destroys it, then gains 1,000 life points, completely devastating Justin's board, picking it apart piece by piece in the right fashion. Now that was done masterfully. And for safe measures, he's summoning the Harvest Angel of Doom, finally letting him search the Black Horn of Heaven. And that is a wrap, boys and girls. That was done in a wonderful manner. I cannot stress it enough. I've got to say, these have been some amazing matches, especially this last one too. Because even though we saw Justin combat certain situations as much as he could, trying to fuel his graveyard for the Ghost Fusion, or using equipped spells and equipped monsters as we saw throughout the tournament. So even though his strategy didn't come into fruition, we saw just exactly what got him here, and thank you for that. And the winner of the YuGiOh Draft Series Fusion is Manny. Thank you very much to everybody who has kept up with this tournament. It's definitely been an interesting set of scenarios, but for the most part, it's all been a journey, you know? We also saw how cohesive and strong of a strategy Manny was able to come up with, not only using the Starry Night engine, but also maneuver to the Predaplant engine, letting him access something as strong as the Shadow Fusion. And seeing that kind of combo play out in the finals, we saw duelists figure out a way to take down something as strong as Grid Rod, making something at towers all by itself. And we're going to keep this going not only in the deck profiles, but in the Synchro era. So follow us, subscribe, and find out what the tuners bring to the game next in the YuGiOh Draft Series. See you soon. Peace.